Hey there chess enthusiasts, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're diving into a very unique opening strategy, the bird's opening, named after the English chess player Henry Bird. This offbeat choice can catch your opponents off guard and lead to pretty exciting and interesting positions on the chessboard. So in this video we will explore the bird's opening, its main ideas and the critical variations you need to know. So let's jump right in. By the way, if you don't want to miss anything new on my YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe and activate the announcement bell. And of course, also don't forget to destroy the like button. Thank you. So the bird's opening begins with the move pawn to f4. It's a pretty aggressive and less common opening, and also it weakens white's king side of the chessboard directly because of this e1 to h4 diagonal, which gets immediately open right now. But if you know how to play it correctly, the bird's opening, then it's definitely playable with the intention to control the center of the chessboard more. Black has two main options now how to answer on pawn to f4. Either they play pawn to e5 with the so-called from Gambit, or pawn to d5, the Dutch variation. Let's at first take a look at the second one. It's called the Dutch variation because we can easily transpose now into the Dutch defense reversed by either playing pawn to g3 now, which is called the Leningrad Dutch variation, with the idea to fianchetto our bishop in the following moves like this and attack the black pawn on d5, or we play another variation of the reversed Dutch variation of the bird's opening, which is the Stonewall variation, by playing pawn to e3 followed by pawns to d4 and c3 in the following moves, occupying the center of the chessboard with our pawns. But definitely the most played move and most played answer on black playing pawn to d5 in this position with the Dutch variation is to develop our knight in this position now on f3. So the idea of this move is to develop our pieces on the king side of the chessboard harmoniously and together. So this setup can now transpose in the very interesting and popular King's Indian attack, which we already know from the Indian defense. By the way, if you're also interested in learning more about the Indian defense, which is very interesting, feel free to check out the video link in the video description or also here above me in the info box after you've finished watching this video. But let's now take a closer look to the from Gambit, where black answers with pawn to e5, immediately sacrificing a pawn already in the first move of the game. So how we already know it from every gambit, basically, you can now either accept it by capturing the pawn or decline it by not capturing it. So if we accept it, we would capture black's pawn here now on e5, creating even more weakness on our king side of the chessboard, because here now everything is just open for attacks on our king on e1. And here we have to be very careful, especially when we are beginners in the game of chess, because we don't want to get a very quick knockout. For example, after pawn to d6 by black asking for a little trade, they then capture back with their bishop, with their king's bishop from f8. And if we would here play, for example, the very dumb move, which is a big mistake, knight to c3, they would play the crazy move, queen to h4 with check, forcing us to block the check with the only possible option, which is pawn to g3, on which they sacrifice their queen already in the beginning of the game by capturing our pawn. And this is only playable because after we have captured back the black queen with our h-pawn, they capture back our pawn too with their dark squared bishop with a checkmate with really a slam dunk finish. Wasn't this crazy? You have now seen that when you accept the from Gambit, you're probably standing a bit better in terms of points of material and material advantage against your opponent, but you still have to be very careful because of your weak king side, especially the e1 to h4 diagonal, which can possibly connect your king with a checkmate by a black bishop or by a black queen. Therefore, lots of players just decline the from Gambit by playing pawn to e4, transposing now into the King's Gambit. So now it's not your choice anymore, but the choice of your opponent whether they want to accept the gambit by capturing our pawn on f4, entering the kingside gambit accepted, or whether they want to decline it. So if you also want to learn more about the King's Gambit, which is also more interesting, it's the same thing as with the Indian defense. You can check it out either in the video description or here above me in the info box after you have finished watching this video. But in response to pawn to f4 by white, black can also just develop his knight on f6, setting the stage for a very super modern approach. White's main idea is here to play now pawn to d3, followed by moves like knight to f3, pawn to g3, and so on, aiming to build a solid and flexible pawn structure, especially to support the f4 pawn and to defend here, how you can see it, this very dangerous, I've also mentioned it now I think 3 times, diagonal and altogether the king side of the chessboard. So the move order can transpose into different openings, like for example the Reti opening or the King's Indian defense again, because the flexibility of the bird's opening allows you to often adapt to your opponent's preferences how to play the game while keeping them under their toes. So in this position the best moves for black how to respond on our moves are just for example pawn to d5, pawn to d6, pawn to c6, and so on, just simple chess piece development. And here you have it, the bird's opening. A very creative and interesting choice for those who seek for unexplored paths on the chessboard. Remember, mastering this opening requires a deep understanding of the resulting pawn structures and tactical ideas. But my advice, especially for chess beginners or just low advanced chess players, is to just play a lot. If you want to become crazy with the bird's opening, just play it all the time. Try different variations, play this one, play the other one, and so on. Just play it a lot. And this was an audio of this video, which I have shown you the main lines of the bird's opening in a very short and quick summary of a video. I really hope that you liked the video. If you liked it, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to like the video and share it to your best friends. Till next time, bye!